My family is normal. We have Sunday dinners, we argue about the thermostat, and we take too many pictures at Christmas. But there is a hole in our history. If you look at our photo albums, there is a gap. 2006 is full of birthdays. 2008 is full of vacations. But 2007 is empty. No photos, no stories, no mentions. I was 6 years old back then. For a long time, I thought I just had a bad memory. But last week, while cleaning out my father's attic, I found a VHS tape hidden inside a box of old winter coats. The label just said, August 14th, 2007, do not watch. Growing up, we lived in a house bordering the Blackwood Woods. It was a beautiful place, but the trees grew too close together, blocking the sun even at noon. In the summer of 2007, things changed. My parents stopped letting me play outside. They started locking the doors at 4 p.m. I remember the silence of that summer. No birds chirping, no wind, just waiting. Whenever I asked Mom why we couldn't go to the park, she would just squeeze my hand until it hurt and say, "We stay inside to stay safe, Leo. Always." I popped the tape into an old player. The screen flickered to life. It was a video of our living room. My dad was holding the camera. The house looked different, darker. All the windows were covered in heavy black blankets. In the corner of the frame, I saw my younger self sitting on the floor, playing with wooden blocks. I looked pale. On the video, my mother walks into the frame. She looks like she hasn't slept in weeks. She whispers to my dad, "Did you hear it?" Dad doesn't answer. He just points the camera toward the front door. Thump. A slow, heavy sound, like a fist hitting wood. Thump. My heart hammered in my chest as I watched. On the tape, my parents didn't move. They didn't call the police. They just stood there, staring at the door. Then, the scratching started. It wasn't the sound of a dog or a branch. It sounded like someone was running a long, sharp fingernail down the siding of the house. On the video, my younger self looks up from the blocks. I say something that made the blood run cold in my veins today. I looked at the door and said, "Mommy, the tall man wants his clothes back." My mother grabbed me and pulled me into the kitchen. My dad followed, his breathing heavy behind the camera. They locked themselves in the pantry. The screen went black for a few seconds. Only the sound of muffled crying and that rhythmic scratching outside. Then, a voice came from the other side of the pantry door. It sounded exactly like my dad. "Open up, honey. I forgot my keys." But my dad was inside the pantry. He was holding the camera. I watched his hands shake as he filmed the door. The voice outside repeated it over and over, getting faster and more distorted. "Open up, open up, open up, open up." I stopped the tape. I couldn't breathe. I thought that was the end of it. Something had tried to get in, and we survived. That's why we don't talk about it, right? But then I noticed something. I looked at the TV screen during the static. I saw the date stamp in the corner of the video, August 14th, 2007. My birthday is August 12th. I remember my 7th birthday in 2008. I have a scar on my knee from falling off a bike that year. I looked down at my knee. It was smooth, no scar. I ran to the bathroom and looked at my reflection. I looked at the old photos of me from 2006. The boy in those photos had a small mole above his lip. I don't have a mole. I went back to the attic and dug deeper into the box. At the very bottom, under the coats, I found a small, dusty wooden box. Inside were 3 things: a lock of blonde hair, a pair of child-sized glasses, and a birth certificate for a boy named Leo. Underneath the birth certificate was a handwritten note in my mother's shaky handwriting. The thing that came inside sounds like him. It looks like him. It eats like him. If we pretend it is him, maybe it will stop screaming. My parents are downstairs right now. I can hear them laughing at a game show. "Leo, dinner's ready, honey," my mom calls out. I realize now why they never talk about 2007. They aren't keeping a secret from me. They are terrified of me because the real Leo never left that pantry. And I don't know what I am. I hear my dad's footsteps coming up the attic stairs. He's moving slowly. He's holding a heavy metal flashlight. I think he knows I found the tape. Mom? Dad?